Yo, what is up, guys? It's me, Eve, again here. And today we're gonna talk about Girls from Line 2 and what characters should you actually go for if you're looking to get yourself more of a meta characters than just your favorite characters. In that sense, it's not like a tier list or anything like that. This is just what is the best picks you should be trying to get, at least if you want to have a little bit easier progression through the game, because Girlfriend Line 2 again is a game where you don't need to use any specific characters to go through the story events, all of that. You can use anyone as like whatever character you like, obviously. So, but there's some characters who are a little bit stronger, a little bit less stronger, but any character can do it, obviously. So let's get into uh, this like list of characters who are a little bit more stronger than others and who will just make your life a little bit easier than just going with any character in your team. So uh, this is a site with prudwin.gg. It's a site where you can actually see the tier list of the CN here, as well as global here for the characters, as well as you can see the characters themselves, all of the characters that are out on CN as well. So today we're gonna be using this one just to see what where they put the characters are and why you should be getting some of those characters maybe more than others. Obviously, we need to start with the best DPS in the game, Klukai. Obviously, if like you wanna do a tier list, then she would be on top in every tier list just because she is the best DPS here. As you can see in the end game, S plus still. So uh, she will provide as much damage as you need to progress through the game, and definitely if you're using her and you're putting some secondary DPS like Macchiato, QJ, or Tololo, even Belka here, all of them will greatly work with her being the main DPS here. Next one, obviously, Suomi. She's one of the only like supports in the sustain here because we have only three of them. Uh, so you definitely want to have her as in basically she will be good for throughout whole game, at least for now. So for now the CN version is like in 1 year forward on the content compared to global. So throughout the whole year, she's still gonna be an S plus character. So you don't need to worry if you got her. You're good to go with the sustain. You're probably don't need to have any other characters from this category here, and you're okay with the support basically. But if you, for example, if you're like me, I haven't gotten myself Suomi, so maybe you should consider getting yourself Centuriosi. Even though she's an A tier, maybe not an S tier, still she's one of the only stains who is actually here matched as a good pick, and that's because the only other great, like very strong character we have is Suomi. So if you missed her, or maybe you were unlucky on her, or you just didn't summon for her, maybe you should consider going for Centuriosi as well, just because of based on she's the only like this category support here. Other and she's obviously here is a good pick. So uh, when she comes out, we can definitely see more about her. Like what is her kit and all of that stuff. Uh, but definitely maybe consider saving something for her when she comes out. She definitely will be a good addition to your team. Other than that, we also have two amplifiers that are gonna be here, two OP amplifiers, as you would say. Springfield was actually one of the newer characters on the CN, so she didn't come out like half a year ago or something like that. She came out, if I'm not wrong, like a month or two ago. So she's pretty new to this game, but she's already on S plus tier. And that means a lot because also with Springfield, I think Tololo was moved to an S tier as well on the end game. I think before that she was here on the A tier, if I'm not wrong, and then she came back to like S tier because of the Springfield coming out and like being very efficient with her together. Uh, so Springfield again, the best amplifier in the game, or the best support, as well as doing insane amount of damage as well. So getting her would be great for you as well. Vector here, another S tier characters. Like all of the S tier characters here are a very strong picks. It maybe they're a little bit less stronger than those, but like not to that much of a difference in terms of damage. You will not like see such a big difference. Obviously, you will have more damage with K here, for example, over someone like Belko or QJ. But like even if you're just using Macchiato plus QJ and then others are supports, uh, you will not fail the missions uh, like hardly as if you wouldn't, if you would be like using someone like Kluke and for example QJ versus someone like Ulrid and Papasha there. Like it would be a big difference there, but here it's not such a big difference between them. So if you're looking for good amplifiers, Vector obviously is good, and Springfield, both insanely strong amplifiers that you can easily go for and maybe prioritize at least one of them to have in your collection, so you can like use them when the time comes, when you, for example, thinking of using one of the good ones. Obviously there is a Xenia, who is also a very strong character, and she's a free to play character, so you're not really worried about amplifiers, as well as there's like a lot of amplifier compared to sustains and tanks in this game. So like you have a very big character amount of from which you can pick. So as well as Dushevne is also coming very soon. I think when she comes out, she actually gonna be here like on A tier, and then she's gonna a little bit dropped. I still think Dushevne is pretty good as an amplifier as well. So she's gonna be next, but I don't think you should go for her and like save up a little bit, because there's gonna be more interesting characters than Dushevne, and we have Diane as well here. I think there's gonna be better characters than this, to be honest, in the future. So uh, Vector again and Springfield, great amplifiers to go for in the future. Other than this, there's also Andoris and Sabrina. Great tanks, like very good tanks. Sabrina is currently available as in the standard banner, so you don't really need to summon for her. So Andor is gonna be the only, for now, she's the only S rank character who is tank. So definitely worth your consideration about maybe getting her, just because she's the only tank so far, and she is gonna be there for some time. So if they, because they're changing the timeline, we definitely need to consider that, for example, maybe Andoris will come out earlier. So if she comes out too early, she's gonna be the S tier right now throughout the whole like next like half a year or so, until maybe on the CN they're gonna be having a new tank, and then when that tank comes out on global, it could change the tier list, as well as like prioritize or priority of the characters, obviously. But for now, Andoris is definitely worth your time. Having at least one great tank would be great for you. And you can use her in any team basically because she's not like a sniper or anything. She stands up in the front and she's not using like any shotguns or anything. She's using assault rifle, so she will be okay pretty much in any team, as well as other characters obviously can do the same thing. From the damage perspective, obviously QJ and Tulolo are your main goals, and they are free to play. Not like free to play characters, but obviously they are free characters that you can get from the standard banner, and as well as there is a selector coming, so you can select. For example, if you have QJ, you can select Tulolo, or if you don't have Tulolo, you can select QJ, as well as you can just select one of them to get their dupes as well. So that's a great thing. So I don't think we need to spend more time talking about this too. But there's Belka and Macchiato. Macchiato is already in the game, and if you haven't summoned her, that's not there is no problem with that because Belka is coming as well. So you can go for Belka maybe, as well as like Faye and Peritia. Peritia gonna be in the next banner, but I don't recommend again going for her right now. She's in C tier on global for now until she gets buffed in CN. She got buffed and she's now A tier. That's great. There's gonna be Faye timing to the game as well. Again, great character to have in the future. So like a lot of this game has a lot of DPS, and you can use basically any of them. All of them will be great. But some of them obviously gonna be feeling much better, like Luke compared to someone like Mosin, Nagant, or Ulred. Even though like I think Ulred has such a great design and she is just a very cool character to have. But in the future, obviously, she's gonna fall off a little bit, and unfortunately some characters are just better than others. But again, this game doesn't require you to play the meta. You can go for waifus over meta, and I always say do that. Don't care about this. But so I'm doing this video for just people who are interested more on the like meta teams and meta characters who are gonna be out there. So this was a video about which character should you maybe prioritize if you're looking for a very strong teams as well as compositions there. But other than this, thanks a lot for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, leave a comments on what you think about these characters. What characters do you really want to go for? And all that. My personal favorite is obviously gonna be Kluke, Springfield, Vector, Andoras, and Centurios, as well as Lena and Faye. I am going for them as well. Others I'm not so interested anymore because I got myself Macchiato. I was lucky enough, and I'm saving right now. I'm not going for Diane, as well as I'm not going for Dushevne, and I'm saving for the next banners. And hopefully you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.